If you ever ask to borrow my phone, just know that you're touching some sort of cum.
Let's not give it loud for Anthony Eugenio. We're having next time. Very funny. Wayne Russell, everybody.
Welcome to the Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to an Open Mic Pain with Anthony and Wayne. Oh, we're really, really excited today because we have someone that is with a pulse right now, with his eyes open, bushy-eyed, and whatever the fuck tailed, ready to go. We're here with the one and only Nick Powell. What's up, buddy?
How you doing? Oh, pumped to be here.
Oh, we're very pumped to have you. Go ahead, Wayne.
Nice to see you
Introduce
guys.
yourself, you piece of shit.
Well, we're doing cool intros. Fuck, you did mine already. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all I had. I was just going to say hi.
All right.
And in the blue corner.
All right. So I want to hear, what have you guys been working on? You've been talking about, recently on your show, you were talking about what comes after doing open mics. And you were talking about bringer shows. And I wanted to hear your opinion on bringer shows. I was very curious to that.
So I was a musician in high school and college in a punk rock band, and we were terrible. But that is the first step as well in music is bringer shows. You pay to play, so you got to sell tickets in order to get on the stage, or hand job the promoter. And that is one of the only two ways that you could do it. And we hated it because you were just begging your friends to go see you live every weekend in order to perform in front of 12 people at a Manchester bar. And that was a fucking nightmare. It's a little different with comedy, though. I was like, Wayne did technically, I guess, a pay to play because of class to do a show at Wicked Funny, and I was like, fuck doing that, fuck that right in the butt. I'll never do that, no fucking way. I remember music, that's lame. And I watched him do it. I was like, that was fucking awesome and so worth it. Like, he did a room of like 100 people, and it was fucking sick.
Dude.
It was like 60 people.
Well,
it was awesome.
We're going up.
Yeah, let's lie. It was more.
It was 100, yeah.
I'll take it. We're going up. Yeah, so I have a different opinion now. Like, I think that if it's a reasonable, like, there's a guy that does comics shit and Mohegan Sun or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, and that guy's like 5 tickets. And I'm like, it's like $25 to go, and if it's a good show, I mean, man, it's kind of worth it to get those reps in. What do you think?
You know what? In that specific opinion, in that specific option of doing a bringer show like right at Mohegan, right? I'd honestly try and pick a couple of your comic buddies that you like, and like do one and invite a bunch of people and make a fucking weekend out of it, right? It's Mohegan Sun.
Yeah.
Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like in that particular scenario, right? In that very specific one, yeah, I'd be like, that'd be fun. To your buddies, go down, go to a fucking casino. Go party it up for a weekend. Hey, we're going to do comedy for like a fucking hour with these guys. But like you pick people that you know are good. Like grab a couple Worcester guys. Grab a Boston dude. Grab someone, you know what I mean? Like guys you like hanging out with. And be like, all right, let's fucking go do the bros weekend. We'll go fucking go hard in the paint. Do a Connecticut one. See if we can bring all our people down. Have a fun time. That'd be fun. Other than
what do you think of the class?
Anywhere else pretty much? I'm like, huh?
What do you think of the class?
The host class?
Yeah, host class. They did a good show. There were bookers there and all that.
I was very jealous of that.
Right?
I was jealous you guys got to go. That sounded sick. Like, I bummed out that I missed it. That sounded like a great, something worth having. And I like the points that you brought up, specifically the one where you talked about how you said, like, not taking it and running. I hate hosts that are just like, I'm going to do, like, fucking 10, 15 minutes up top. You know what I mean?
Like 3 or 4 in between everyone.
Fucking nightmare. I hate those people. They're fucking, dude, you're a piece of shit. It's an open mic. You're a piece of shit. Just fucking, like, especially if it's a mic. You know what I mean? That's what it is. On a show, I kind of get it. If you're a big name, you know, or you've been doing like 15, 20 minute sets all the time, you might do 10. But I've seen dudes that aren't big names, aren't performing anywhere, and they're still trying to do fucking 15 up top. I'm like, dude, go fuck yourself. That's
we just had that at a show we're not going to name, and the guy was all sweaty, and he was it went on so long, and it was so annoying. I was like, how are you sweating so hard, man? You're just standing there. I'm bitter still.
Because it sucked. Because that's what you had to.
He was like that Key and Peele meme. He was literally sweating bullets.
Oh man! But we
Yeah,
saw
it was
Justin
gross.
George at the Burn like a week and a half ago, and he.
Dude, I was bummed I missed that one.
I know it was because Janet opened and hosted and all that, and she was. I have been quoting one of her jokes to every person I run into. I don't know if you've heard her a couple of times. Did she do ever the bit? This is why I'm dressed this way as an accountant bit.
Yep.
That's my one of the favorite bits I've heard this year. I think I laughed for like 10 minutes. That's so funny.
You know what? You know what one gets me every time of the Janet bit is the one where she talks about drinking and driving, but drinking the non-alcoholic beers.
She didn't do that.
You hear that one?
No.
No? Oh man, you haven't got to hear that one? I can't do it justice. You have to hear it. She did it at Nick's Comedy Stop. That was one of my favorite ones. That was where I got to do my set with her. She brought me on for the show. But yeah, she was hilarious.
Yeah, she looks at me like the equations from Good Will Hunting are behind my head. Like she looks right through me. So I've never had like a conversation with her. I'm like, hi, and she's like, what? Yeah, hi. That's all I've gotten.
She is one of those people you gotta like shake her hand, say hi, and you probably gotta make a joke at least a couple times before she's like, "Oh, that's you. Good to see you again." You know.
Yeah.
Gonna have to
Or you
try.
win
She
the
knew Wayne's name.
contest.
Yeah, I was in it, but she was not hosting, so fuck me.
So you probably said something funny. I imagine Wayne probably said something funny, especially with Janet, and got her, you know. Or he got pointed out in the middle of the show for standing in the way. I said, I imagine you probably said something funny to Janet. But apparently some guy was a dick and yelled at you, so that was another one.
So I got to meet Janet when we went to see Justin, but she was talking to somebody, and I said, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt, but just wanted to say hi, I'm Wayne, I'll be here next week. She's like, oh, okay, cool, nice to meet you, and then went back to her conversation. And then by the time the show ended, she was out the door. So I didn't get to actually really talk to her all that much. She did show up the night we were there at the end. I think she went to a concert. I think that's why she didn't host.
Yeah.
But she did say hi. She remembered me. I said, hey, Jared, how are you? She said, hey, Wayne. It was kind of weird, yeah. So.
Exciting.
Yeah, very
That's fun.
that's good.
That's the stage we're at. We're like, do I exist to you? And they're like, this time a little bit. And we're like, yes. Nice. Good step in.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Doesn't
well,
it feel
spoiler
good when
alert.
you get to like the next one I'm trying to get to is Will Noonan. I get to go to the Capo shows on Wednesday. You know what I mean? You got to start like showing up there, introduce yourself a couple times, make sure they know you, then send a tape so they look at it, and whole thing. But yeah, that's the next one I want to get on. That one that looks like a fun show.
I need to find
you've
another
had
way to send tape because I've been sending tape on YouTube where I can see because they're unlisted, so I can see when they look at it and then not respond to me, and that's so annoying. Like I need to find a way where I can't tell if they opened it.
I love that way that you went. That sounds so. What's that show? You on Netflix or whatever, where you're like you're a fucking serial killer. Like I want to make sure that I can see their unlisted accounts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
well,
find
'cause
it pleasing to know they have views. Like,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
excited. All right.
I get such a boner when I see it, but then I'm like waiting for the release of getting an email back from them like that was the greatest tape I've ever seen of you taking a bar
And it never
video.
comes,
from
does it? Never comes.
Oh, I stepped on your.
It was very
question.
exciting. It did come because you got a the point.
Oh, I come. That's for sure. Sorry. Go ahead.
He has a literal trophy and has a name, so I'm told. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we went to the point. Have you done
Yeah.
that yet? Glove box comedy one. That's a really
No.
good one. You should do that one.
I reached out to him, got nothing back. I've been an asshole. I've not been lean with a tape. Anyway, I was pissed. My friend got a tape the other day, got like a great 5 minutes of me, and I was like, "Oh, send me that." And she was like, "I don't know what email." And she's one of those people that takes like 2 to 3 business days to get back to you. Like she's just off doing spiritual yoga, letting the wind take her. You know what I mean? Like one of those people.
Yeah.
She gets back to you when she has Wi-Fi, and you're just like, "Oh fuck." Hey man,
Yeah, I
can
work
you
with a
hook me
kid
up with
who's
that
not
tape?
retarded.
I would love that.
get that tape. Yeah, I work with a kid who's not
Yeah.
retarded, but he likes rocks, like one of those kids that from the Kill Tony episode, and he
Oh
climbs
my
rocks
god,
on the
dude, that
weekends.
kid,
Yeah.
bro, that kid. Everyone keeps telling. Does everyone tell you guys, like, when you tell your friends that you do comedy, they're like, "Oh, dude, you got to go and kill Tony." Does everybody tell you that?
Yep.
I've never had that, but I have a lady that I work with that keeps showing me this Irish comedian that she likes on Instagram, and she says, "You have to do a joke like this," and makes me watch a 3-minute clip that I personally don't find funny, but I, amuse her by watching it. And she goes, "You need to come up with something just like this." I'm like, "You need to steal his jokes?" Sure, I'll get right on that.
You're like, yeah, I'll do topical Irish humor. Normally, I do wall-to-wall dick jokes. I think I'm going to do the Irish.
Do you tell your coworkers, because you have like a 5-minute bit about dick? Like, do you let them know?
Oh, they've all seen it. They've all seen it.
Yeah,
so,
he did that to Burn.
Actually,
it's a whole new level of comfortability.
That was his Burn set. Was that set?
I did that set. And you know what? They weren't laughing about halfway through, and I was like, "You guys don't like dicks, huh?" And I just kept fucking plowing. I'm like, "It's over for me now. I might as well just keep doing it."
Yes, so, I have a lot of respect for that.
The best part about it is, if I can toot your horn a little bit, is you were so that bit it was starting to go downhill in the middle, and he has a point where he goes, "All right, let's change subjects," and he goes into another subject, and then goes right back into dicks right afterwards to just to draw them in more. And he did it. I was like, "Oh man, I thought he was going to use that as like a natural segue to try something else." And he's like, "No, piled right on it."
Yep, I knew it was over for me. Yeah. I knew it was over, so I just, I love it. That's my baby.
Listen, I love that.
But funny story about that bit. That actually came from work. Somebody showed me that video.
Oh.
No, somebody showed me that video of the guy saying he wouldn't suck a dick for $10 million, and I was like, "That guy's a fucking liar." And I just went off on all this shit. I used to in the beginning when I first started doing that joke. The bit of it was I would use the money to clone my mother 100 times and make each one of the clones watch me suck a different dick. And I said that in my office with my boss's door open. I was just yelling it in the office. I was like, "Fuck that guy. I'd clone my mother 100 times, make each one of them watch me suck a different dick. I'd sew dicks on my mother and suck those too." I just went off. So I went home and I fucking typed it all out. I was like, "This is going on stage." And then
if I can do it and not get talked to by HR, like, someone's going to let me say this on stage.
They're on the other side of the building, so we're good.
You think Noam Chomsky would suck a dick for $10 million? Like, do you think that it's more like, hey, this is a principle thing here? Like, that's a good value? Or
are we playing the game? Have you guys played the game on the show? Like, let's play the game.
Yeah, whose dick would we suck? This is going to be really easy for Wayne.
No. Oh. You do the price. Where would you start? And then, like, can you beat it? Can you go, but, like, let's start off with a solid price, like $50K. Straight up cash, no taxes, cleared. You sucking that dick.
Oh,
I think there's a lot of variables.
A lot of variables? I would love to hear the variables. I'd love to hear it. Let's cover it.
Like, how hard up are you for money? And
is it the first of the month or the 30th of the month?
Man, 50K? 50K, and you're now an LGBTQ. Think about the shows that you just opened up.
Oh my God, so many. We would do well in Jamaica Plain for the first time ever.
Bro. Listen, talking about struggling for the art form. Would you suck a dick?
For comedy.
50K cash, you're probably getting 50K views next on whatever clip you put out. Because your story is
sucking the dick clip.
Yeah, I mean, if you choose to go the OF route, which, I'm doubling up on my money. I'm all about that grind. Hustle, grind.
A lot of grinding in there.
Okay, so 50K, I'm in with questions. So I'm in with 50K, but I'm like, but let me see the guy first. But what's your, so 50K I'm in for sure. But what's your no questions asked amount to suck a dick? Like, I fucking put in Goonies Monster. I'm fucking.
Oh, like immediately you're doing 100%?
Yeah.
100K.
100K.
100K is like, dude, what do you mean 100K? You paid off, you're relaxing for a year, you're doing whatever you want to better your own life. You got you're making some decent purchases, some investments. Like, oh man, you're comfortable.
So would you rather
if you play it right?
Would you rather pick the guy's dick you get to suck, but you have to suck two?
Well,
so
wouldn't we
you
all?
get 2 dicks on the 100, or sight unseen 1 dick?
Did you ask an AI? Did you like throw out to ChatGPT what we just said? And you're like, let me come out with the sickest option. Repeat that again for me.
Okay, ready? So you get
Yeah.
to pick the dick you suck, but you got to suck two different dicks, but you get to pick both of them. You can line up Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey, and Wolf on Wall Street yourself. One of these fucking things, or you can.
Oh, dude, nice, good ref, good ref.
Thank you. Or you get the same 100K, but Wayne gets to pick the dick. It's gonna be his, but Wayne gets to pick.
Oh man, that's a good plot twist, man. All right.
Could I throw in a little bit of food for thought?
I'm taking the Ryan squared. What's up?
Can I throw in a little food for thought?
It's definitely from you. It's food for thought, right? In this scenario.
The problem with not getting to pick the dick is you could end up with like the blue waffle of dicks.
Yeah, no, trust me. I was like, listen, you gave two ends of the spectrum. That's not what you're looking for in an answer. You're looking for the middle. You're like, Nick, would you suck your high school bully's dick for $250K? Something like that. Because if you do the top end of the spectrum, which is what you did, you get to pick the two dicks, right? That's an obvious choice. That's Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds. Easy day. Get out of here. I'd be praised. Women would write books about the interview that I gave on how I enjoyed that blowjob. Like, I would make so much money, I don't have to work for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So, like, there's that.
Okay.
Like, no, but if you give me, like, and then the bottom choice is I let you pick. I know you're picking, like, you're walking down low and you're like, not homeless enough. Too much tea. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking it up all day for me. Like, I'm not doing that shit. Fuck you. So, like, yeah. Okay. Obviously, we know that. I'm like, you got to find the middle ground.
All right, here's the middle ground.
And the right dicks.
You get only 30 grand, but you get to pick circumcised over non-circumcised. You get that option.
The price is too low. We're done with the game. What we did was what is that fucking, what is the Price is Right at it? We went too low. It's not. I'm not
You're
doing
out
it for
now?
30K. Yeah, we're out.
If
Also,
you
I
put
feel
in the
like I'm the
Bitcoin?
only one. I'm the only one playing the game at this point. So, like, no, and we're already at 8:50. Let's move on. I know you guys have some kind of questions. I veered us off with the dicks, but you know,
What if it was 25,000 and you could split it with somebody and tag team in Fredo?
oh, we can tag team Fredo. Is that what you said?
Oh, phone a
Tag team him
friend.
in.
Phone a friend. I didn't even
You
think
get
about
12 and a half, he gets 12 and a half, and he has to do all the work.
So it's like a Mortal Kombat finisher move, but like then like your friend comes flying in from behind you in a ninja pose and like.
Oh my God!
Talk
Talk about flawless cum. That would be from Fredo.
Talk about finish him.
That's how you get it. Yeah.
Finish him?
No, so no. Again, you keep lowering the price. Remember when I was at 100K? Like 25K. Yeah, I'm still off. I'm not in it.
We're really good negotiators, and we've gotten you lower and lower. We're almost there. We're almost gonna
Still
afford
going
it.
no on all the offers.
We're almost to me in my car heading towards you.
You guys are breaking up. I'm going through a tunnel.
All right, one more. Would you rather blow a horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Can I first say I love this variation? Immediately. You know what the problem is?
They got the spirally dicks.
Yeah, that's immediately the first. You get it, yeah. That's the fucking problem. You're like, dude, like a horse-sized spiral dick? I can't handle, like, what is it, rotini that big? I can't, I'm not an Italian. Like, the pasta fucks me up. I don't know if I can do a whole fucking horse-sized rotini copula. I'm not into that. I can't.
I don't even like
Gotta get
sucking
the
on
little
facial hair.
250K, 250. You know what I mean? 180K. 180K. You know what I mean? I can sell the video rights for probably $500,000. Okay, 280K. No, I'm kidding.
I think a duck-sized horse would probably have a dick bigger than mine. So that'd be because like a horse has got so much bigger.
Yeah. Then you're just that's a lot of work. You know what I mean? At least the corkscrew cock, you're out.
Talk about uncircumcised.
You'll get there eventually, and it's a horse-sized one, so it's finishing immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man, those are fire hoses. All right, Wayne, please steer us onto something that makes sense.
So,
Not helping. we were talking about bringer shows. We'll go.
Well, yeah, we were. Yeah, I think we started talking about some other shows. I was gonna mention earlier. You've had a couple busy weeks as of late with the Taffeta and Luna. I was curious. I haven't talked to you about those. I was curious how those went.
Taffeta was a very fun show. It's always a fuckload of fun. It's always you know what? I don't do a lot of things great, right? Like I love hosting because I get to do my 5 minutes that I like, up top, and then I get to introduce people, and everyone does like a longer skit than me, and I like doing the little in between. You know what I mean? Especially if I know we love picking people, and we've seen them a bunch of times, right? So it's easier to make a joke off of a bit I know they do, or like a fun thing continuation, because you recognize it's coming in the set, and you can keep that moving. Like you could do one little quick joke, and just I'm very much a fan of what you said about the hosting. It's like, yeah, just get up to like either one little quick joke, or if someone's doing great, they walked off, and the next person's gonna do great. Shut your fucking mouth and just moving right along. Let's bring this person up. I'm pumped, and that's what it felt like. That's how it felt the show went. The show went, everyone built on each other. Ren came out firing, being fucking Ren. I introduced him, like one of the loudest fucking dudes I know. He comes out, he's yelling at everybody. He has a great time. He hits, his short bus bit hits, like he's fucking killing it.
I love that bit.
I love that bit. I love to see it hit on that stage, too, that size of people, like they were dying. And then we moved on, we brought Christina out. She kept it moving, like it was very smooth and like hit. She had the female audience rolling. She had everybody rolling at a certain point. Honestly, the delivery was smooth as fuck. It was just butter to your ears. It was beautiful. She rolled into every joke. Then Connor came up, and Connor started off and like went down and built himself up, and he just kept him going along the way. And he's so fucking goofy. You've seen him.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like he's got his charm. He worked the crowd. Sam Mangano came up, another smooth operator, fucking crushed it. And then Carolina Montesquieu came up and was probably the biggest hit of the night.
Wow,
she killed it. She's been doing great. Every time I see her set, I've seen her probably like 8-9 times now. Every time I see it improves a little bit. You know what I mean? That's that skill, and I'll give her credit and Katie Coughlin that credit. They both take their bits and like make them bigger. You know what I mean? They add little pieces here or there, so it makes it a little bit longer, but it's still essentially the same joke, but it's like right on point. That's a skill they both very much have. That was fun. And we did Luna. You guys should absolutely reach out to Greg. He's wonderful.
Yeah, I went there back in August, and I met Greg. He said he's going to try to get me on, I think, beginning of next year, hopefully.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go again. I wanted to go during the night you guys went, but we had Justin's Burr and then the Bill Burr concert we went to on Friday, and I couldn't leave my wife 3 nights in a row. So I had to pick something to skip, and I had to support Justin at the contest. So
yeah,
I'm sad I missed it.
100% you do both of those. Fuck yeah, you do both of those. Shut up. Obviously, come on.
Yeah, and I messaged Greg, and he said the same thing to me, but I read it through realistic goggles instead of Wayne's fucking rosy goggles, and it was basically like, "Oh, hey, go fuck yourself." So
no, Greg is great.
Oh no, he's good.
He's great at putting newer people, middle, slightly more tenured, and then having that headliner. It was Caroline Plummer when you.
My god. She was so good. Her hits per minute are insane. And her pauses are very intentional. And it's cool to watch someone work a room like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Where everything is very much, it feels like their hands leading you along the way. They're like guiding you where they want you to laugh. You laugh. They pick you away. Like, you felt her take a risk every once in a while. It was really cool to watch someone operate like that. And the other one was JJ. And he was fucking hysterical. He came in with like Ren-like energy and was fucking.
I don't know him. That was the name I didn't recognize. Was him?
He was sick. I'd seen him at the what's the competition they just had in Andover? James Hamilton was on it. The Wicked Funny one.
Yeah, the Wicked Funny. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I saw him on that night when he did it with Dana. He was on with Dana Fuller. I honestly felt like Dana got robbed on that one. I thought he fucking crushed it, and I felt
Who won?
he
Was
did
it
get
James
robbed.
Hamilton that won, or whatever?
No, it was
No, that was a different. Hamilton was on a different night. I was just saying it was that same one, same competition.
Okay.
But it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly can't. It was another.
Not Dana.
Joyous
Not Dana
occasion.
won.
No, yeah, not Dana. That was like who we came to support. You know what I mean? So it was one of those harder ones we didn't recognize. But I did get to see Will Noonan do like 25, and it's
Wow.
it's fun to watch a professional work like that.
Well, speaking of pay to play, you mentioned Will Noonan, and that's what in my fucking. We're not speaking of pay to play anymore, but in my brain, I went right back there. My stupid autistic head. So Will Noonan does the Laugh Boston class. Have you seen that? 87 jelly beans. No, sorry. Go ahead. Have you seen Will? Do you have jelly beans there?
No, I've not seen it. It's at Laugh Boston. He's offering a class. I used to do Improv Boston. They had a couple stand up classes.
Yeah, that's the
there.
same
They had
thing.
A beginner,
Laugh
intermediate
Boston
one.
is Improv Boston.
Same
I think.
one?
They're the same thing. I think they're the same thing.
Same thing.
Oh no, Improv.
I thought it was two. One of
Asylum.
them's a club. One of them's a club, and one of them's a. No, there's an improv, which different rooms. Is it Laugh Boston?
I think they're the same. If you go on their website, they have a bunch of them. But anyways, they have Will Noonan, Tony
Yeah, I
V,
believe it.
Dan Crone, all do classes, and then they do a showcase at the end of it with bookers, like the same thing that Wayne did. But it's like a 7-week class, and it does kind of suck that you got to go there, and it's like you have to you're writing your first 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm only here to spend 7 weeks with Tony V, Will Noonan, or Dan Crone, so that one of them allows me to bribe them with drugs to go onto one of their shows. But I think that might be a worthwhile enterprise.
I mean, that's the obvious strategy. I would be remiss if I didn't tell you I bought several Ukrainian hookers. This is pre-2022. Like, I bought several Ukrainian hookers for the
Old
each of
world
them.
Ukraine.
Yet to see any feedback on that, you know what I mean? But Oksana does have some questions about her baby's daddy. We'll get
Was
into that
it
later.
Was it pre-Crimea?
Yeah, pre-Russian conflict. Yeah. Pre-Russian. Well, it was never really pre-Russian, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. God damn. That's really good. I got to try that next time.
No. But they are, it's fun to, I would say I took one of the classes. So I used a 5-minute tape and put that forward to get into the intermediate class. The second level or whatever, like you're already doing it.
Yeah.
You can do that. You guys have obviously been doing this for a fucking minute. You've been on the burn. You know what I mean? Like, you can just do that. And I will tell you, I think it's worth it. As someone who's done it, I encourage classes. It was totally, it helped me focus on your writing. They give you like different prompts. They help you listen to other people. And just hearing other people trying to come up with bits kind of like helps you. Where else are you normally in a room where 17 or 15 other people are trying to come up with bits? You know what I mean? It's like you two are hanging out, or like we're at a mic, but we already have our bits planned. We're not writing in the middle of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of big group writing sessions. And when you get to do that, it's interesting to see people's different perspectives on things and how like their way they're looking at a situation, and it gives you inspiration to like then write your own and give you. So I will tell you, I really think that it is beneficial and worth the money for that one. Just like you guys thought the host one is worth the money, like the amount that you were given versus the class that you received. I think the bang for your buck is worth doing the 7-8 week class. It is. It's a lot of fun.
There you go.
It's good to keep in mind. Real quick, not really off topic, but that's something I kind of wanted to ask you, Nick. Speaking of writing your bits, what's your process? How do you come up with your bits? Some of the stuff that you say is absolutely insane, and I love every single second of it. Where do you come up with your bits, and how do you actually refine them down? Like, what's your writing method? Do you use a laptop? Do you use a pen? Like, pen and paper? Or...
I start cell phone and I go to paper.
You like paper? I tried paper. I can't. I did it. I was like, everyone's like, you got to do paper because you can scratch things out, and it's just it helps with the creativity. But I couldn't fucking do it. I was really nervous about people finding it and then reading how much of a shitbag I was because of the stuff I was writing down.
Yeah, you should.
That was the thing.
Well, totally fair concern and an extra fear you didn't need to throw my way, but like, thanks for that. No, I'm kidding. No, but so that's how I separate the jokes, right? Like, I'll put a bunch of shit in my phone, and then I'll sit down and it's usually like it's either a concept, and then I'll put like a 1 or A and put like X as in like fill in later. You know what I mean? But like, so I'll start there and I'll take a situation like that and be like, all right, what would be funny, and try and put like 3 or 4 things. And then if I write it out on the phone the second time, so I'm at like 2 passes on the phone, then I'll take it and I'll write it in a notebook. And then if it does well, I take the notebook stuff, I say that at an open mic. And if that does well, then I write it in this little tiny pirate looking fucking journal I have. I don't know why. It's a weird thing I like doing, so I just write this tiny little fucking thing. So that's like where I think my really good jokes go. You know what I mean? Like, I would put like the Pilot Dirty Talk one. Like, I'll write that one out and put that in the book. Like that, I think that's a good one of mine that particularly a lot of people have heard, you know, or know. Or like the Celtics one, where my ex-girlfriend's a whore and I do the comparison. Shit like that, you know, just standard stuff. You guys know, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Your ex-girlfriend's a whore. She fucked 5 black guys. Just your typical comic shit.
You had a squirrely one about a whore ex-girlfriend and how when she cried, oh man, I was like, put that in the little book. That's a good one.
Oh, the one where I'm very confused because it makes me hard afterward? Yeah. There's always a signature bit that I'll hold on to that someone says that just is in my head all the time, and that's definitely mine for you because it clicked. I was like, what the hell is he talking? I was like, oh, I get it now. That's awesome. That's right up our alley.
It's funny. It's funny because I have one for you too. It was the second time I went to Coffee and Cotton. I went with a friend of mine. It was the night that like nobody could get up. Like, I got there like at when the list went up and it was already full. But we stuck around and watched. And you went on stage and you did and I'll cut this out if you want me to, but you did a joke about your roommate wanting to commit suicide and telling him you don't want to hang him. Yeah, oh, dude, I'll leave it at that. But that me and my buddy that went, we still talk about that to this day. Like when I'm like, hey, we're having Nick Powell on the show. I'm like, Nick Powell. I'm like, suicide roommate? And he goes, oh my fucking God, that's so good.
I love that bit so much, but it got so much. If I didn't know if I didn't know people, they wouldn't laugh. You know what I mean? Oh, it's like, if you knew me, you laughed. If you didn't know, and like, I appreciate you get it for the people that, you know, if you don't see it, you still understand it's a joke. But I just had a bunch of people be like, and, you know, like, it really hit them hard, and I was like, all right. So I stopped doing that one for a while. But you know what? Fuck them. You're right. You should bring that one.
Bring back.
I do like
that. I want to.
That's a good comic joke. We love the dirtiest, the comiciest of jokes. And Wayne's got a game show joke that he's doing right now, and man, he's got a cancer portion of it at some point, and I love it.
That's how you know you got your comic friends, right? You're like he's got a cancer portion. I'm like, oh, I'm so excited. I want to hear the cancer. Yes,
it's the best way.
You know, it's funny. I went down to. Do you know Matt Clark at all? Have you seen him? He's on Facebook. He does some stuff down in like Webster, Oxford area. And I don't know, he friend requested me a while back, or I friend requested him or something. I don't even know. But I saw he was looking for someone to do a guest spot down in Webster. And I was like, I'll do it if you need it. And he's like, yeah, come on down. So I did that joke, and I didn't realize that there was a lady wearing a handkerchief on her head until after I said it. And I looked out into the crowd, and I was like, ooh. But I think it went all right, minus that one.
I think that's when it's going to go the best. To, you know?
Yes, he's right. He's 100% right. It's good. That's how it goes the best. Listen, my favorite principle, I don't know if you guys have a lot of joke principles. I have a couple joke principles. Like, one of them would be, if you can't tell the joke to the people that you're making it about in front of them, you can't tell that joke. And I'm pretty sure someone else said that, but the minute I heard that, I was like, yes, that makes sense. So I always try, like, if I'm going to rip on people, I like to be like, you're in the room, I'm looking right at you, I'm going to fucking joke about you right now. Like that, I feel like that's the best way to do it. That's how you're.
I've said it before, but I have a 5-minute set that has 3 Japanese jokes in it. I don't know why, but I do have one that just I was feeling quite patriotic that day, and
I don't know why. Was it maybe around like I don't know some bombing of like a Hawaiian base or anything like that?
Yeah, I think it was during I actually wrote it during the Maui fires. I think I was just watching that and I was I was gripping a Hello Kitty pen and I was like, oh my god. But yeah,
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
So I wrote it. So it's 3 Japanese jokes and they're callbacks. The first one and there's 2 callbacks to it, and I did it at Book and Bar. And afterwards, a Japanese girl came up to me, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And she was like, "That was."
You ducked and hid. What do you mean? She's already low to the ground. She's gonna see you. Like you gotta be fucking.
Seriously.
You gotta hide up high. You know what I mean?
I just flinched. It was kind of like when Tom Segura said that midget bit that he used to have back in the day. When they're like, "He's not midget. You shouldn't say midget." Like, could you imagine you did that and accidentally there was a midget there? That was how I felt first. I mean, not that the Japanese are midgets, but they kind of are. But she was.
What
great.
are the chances, though? What are the chances? How many Japanese people have you seen at an open mic? And that was like the second time you did that.
I know.
She's like,
Oh, I remember.
Bro,
Oh,
here.
fuck. Wait, was that at the save?
No, it was at Book and Bar.
no, that was at a book and bar in Portsmouth.
Right, a Buck and
She
Bar,
loved
of course.
it.
Okay. Oh, I've never been there. How do you like that one?
So
I
it's
love it.
yeah, it's a great
Never
place.
been there.
It was we did it twice, and it was definitely better the second time when we realized. So here's a great way to describe it. So the first time we went, Jack Lombardo went up and absolutely fucking crushed with Jack Lombardo style stuff, which meant that we went up and fucking ate shit.
There you go. Yeah, no, I knew that was
Yeah.
fill in the blank. Yeah.
Yeah. Jack Lombardo's
would've done
blue was
well.
like a sky blue.
Yeah.
Jack Lombardo's
We're
crushing
like
it.
a royal blue. You know, like Jack's got
It's a
good
little more
stuff.
like an
but-
indigo. Your dick
Yeah.
is an indigo, borderline purple.
yeah.
Seriously. Yeah.
But-
So
Yeah.
that was how that went.
Okay.
It is how it went, but the second time, I did the dick talk joke there, and it went really well. So the crowd was like different. I don't know. It didn't make sense. It was pretty liberal the first time, very open the second time. So I don't know. But it's a fun place.
I
It's a
thought your
nice
version
little-
of liberal and open are how much I talk about dicks. That's the scale.
Oh, yeah.
Seriously.
Like we need like politicians on the stand. Like I'd like to legalize marijuana, and also, you know, girthy 8-inch uncut ones aren't that bad. Anyway, and it just goes right back into policy. You know, just like flips back and forth between dicks. That's kind of what you're looking for. You know,
I mean,
liberal.
you've known me
candidate.
how long now?
Yes. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right.
You know
Hey, what are you guys
wanted-
looking up for? Sorry, I want to ask the point. How do you like that room?
It was fantastic.
I will say that might be one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah. Hanover Street, Boston, right by Bova's. Get yourself a fucking cannoli, and you can go over there by
Good
9.
plug.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, go to
Dude,
Bova's,
Bova's is
baby.
phenomenal.
Yeah, and
Dude, Bova's, do you have family? Do you have family that works at Bova's?
first of all, probably.
That's a fair question.
It's always, if my skin is this slight brown color, every answer to that is probably. I don't fucking know. Most likely, they changed his name when he got here. They write it. If they choose your name, you know that when you come over, you don't get to pick.
You know, they just go like, it kind of sounds like this today. Oh, that'd be worse if you have to have it in a Boston accent too. Is that what some fucking asshole was like? All right, you're no longer Eugenio. You fucking Eugen. All right, sick, and he just writes it down like an asshole, like that. Like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, my dad's name was Jose, and they were like, "Fuck that, your name's Joe." It started with a J, so he's Joe now.
You're like, do you want to get picked for the baseball team? It's Joe. Okay, it's Joe. No one's gonna yell that. They don't know how to say it.
Yeah, no, they basically gave him a hammer and told him to tile roofs right out of fucking Ellis Island. It was awesome. But yeah, that's Brown life. Well, not Brown. I don't know. It's so hard because I do want to do slightly. I do like an immigrant parents joke on stage where I say that like my dad's really racist just against people like himself, like how you can't keep chickens and ducks together because they can't coexist. Like So if he sees a Puerto Rican duck, he gets really fired up. So that's the bit that I do, and I want to.
I like that. That's a good cross section of it. You know what I mean? It's a great bit.
I'm trying. So, but a couple times I've not improv, but yeah, touched my dick a little too hard. But also, I've said that I've been trying to say that I'm not white, but I am white. But I say like, oh yeah, because I'm brown. How's that been going? Yeah, but I'm not brown. That's the thing. Like I'm not white enough to be white. I'm not brown enough to be brown, and I don't know how to describe myself. Like, am I pastel brown?
Listen, you need to join the Caramel Corps. Okay, you know what I mean. There's probably a Facebook group somewhere for like they're like immigrants. Like it's literally ... meh. Like maybe you know what I mean. And like that's where you guys meet up.
A little extra heavy cream in the caramel. That's what I am. Okay. I'm starting to pick this up. Well, yeah, that was it. How do I describe how brown I am? No, another. Let me change subject since I'm every fucking podcast, every fucking time, I go off on this weird tangent that I take to a fucking bog of shit that I don't even know where I am. And I got to figure out how to get my way out 3 sentences in, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So let me segue to a question I had in the beginning. I have a big goal this month in comedy where I want to keep all my punchlines, right? But I want to do setups that come from organic crowd work, like Big J Okerson style, where I'm going to, if I want to do my California sober bit, I know where
for a response.
Yeah, well, you're just kind of like, I gave one to Wayne earlier, where like the idea that I gave to Wayne is he talks about his TikTok joke, right? And in the beginning he asked the crowd like, oh, who here likes TikTok? Well, instead of that, like pick out a guy and go, hey, you look old enough to have kids, but you're happy. What the fuck's up with that? Like, are you getting some internet strange? And then try to like slowly back your way into, all right, now I'm on the internet. Now I'm going to start talking about TikTok. And then you get into the dick talk part, and you get rid of all that setup that sounds rehearsed, and you bring it just out of the crowd.
Oh, I like that. That's a great strategy. That's honestly
good. So I'm just gonna see how that just a month of trying that. Michael, horrible.
I think they need more than a month.
So that like typically it sounds like I've seen a lot of them where they lead them in with a question, just kind of like you said, like something like that. You lead them in, but then you have like 3 planned responses for no matter how they answer it. You're going to do it, and then, you know what I mean, segue into the thing. Like, that would be I'd love to see that. Yeah, that's the next, damn. I like you guys are doing the goals with this. Like, what are some of your, when you go to a mic, what are the goals that you set for each mic?
Yeah, so for me, that it's always something like that, where I'm, so the last, whatever Wayne said, even over a month, we've been we were going to do the burn, so we've been doing a similar set, just trying to build off of it. But normally it's in the first 8 months, it was always little things. Like Wayne was stop literally fucking fellatioing the mic while he was on stage. We had to get through that. So that was like a goal that he had in the beginning, and he dropped right over it.
Tasty. Smelled it. Sometimes it smells like maple bacon. For a couple weeks, it smelled like Casey's cat piss. That was fun. My God. Remember that? You guys around for that one?
No.
Around for the maple battle.
And when we did the roast battle, Casey took the mic home from the mic the week before, and he fucking let his cat piss on it.
That's so gross.
So we had to go up to the roast battle and be like, "Hey, you look fuck!" just hating your life because you're just fucking inhaling cat piss while trying to shit on the guy next to you. It was fucking.
Did you get the Kenny from South Park hallucinations from the cat piss while you were doing it with like the big titty monsters all around you?
Listen, I tried.
Try to get there?
I get there.
Oh, wait, it's Casey's cat.
I get there.
It wouldn't be tits. All right.
Yes. There we go.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. What were we talking about? I was describing something I'm bad at.
You had a question.
Wayne,
I went the opposite.
Come on, Wayne. Bring me back. What was I in?
So we initially started talking about the point. Then we got into you being brown, but not quite brown, like a faded leather. Sure. And then we got into...
Oh, I was going to say, goals you have at open mics. I kind of want to hear what
that's what
you
it
guys
was.
have had.
I was getting there.
Oh, goals. Yeah, got it. Goals at... yes.
Like particularly, I pick one each time I go to like an open mic. I pick like this is what I'm trying to do today. Whether it's like impressions or whether I'm like I want to do a smooth delivery all the way through, or I want to try a multi-layered joke, or I want to do a callback. And you just like pick one goal and you try and do them over and over. You know what I mean? So eventually, it just pulls together and makes a better set. I think it's like a good. Yeah,
you should always have something. If you're going to like, there's some people though that I can understand going in with no plan because that's how you write. Like Robbie, what's Robbie's last name, Wayne? I always forget his last name.
Partridge.
Yeah, Robbie Partridge. Like a lot of the time, he'll go up with fucking no plan at all, but write something great out of the interaction from it. So I do respect that style of doing it. But 9 out of 10 times, I have some kind of angle I'm trying to work on for that week to get better at. Like I look at the ground a lot, so that was a goal for a while, was stop looking at the ground so much when I was trying to think transition. Yeah, then now it's going to be the Jews. Got to get the Jews in there somewhere. The pesky
That's
Jews.
the natural progression. That's really the second layer. You know what I mean? Like most people won't tell you that, but don't let them fucking turn you out. The next layer is the Jews. Once you get past that, it's smooth sailing from there.
What do you think was really inside of the giant peach when James gets himself in there? It's not little crickets. It was Jews from
really
Disney,
inside the giant peach. I got to tell you, it was the S&P 500 and a bunch of triple B mortgage ratings. It was fucking terrible, to be honest.
A lot of Steins in there, I think. I don't know why. I'm not going to put a decision there.
And at the very core was the intelligence reports about the Iraq's weapons of nuclear destruction and Afghanistan's. It's really just right in the middle.
Yeah, that oil. I got that oil.
Our finance hellhole. Yeah, let's go over that. That's the other thing. I like double layer jokes, but I miss those. Okay, I'm glad that you have like goals for each one. I think that's how. And I just wanted to hear you guys say yours because I know there's some other people that. Do you ever meet those people where you? My favorite comparison is. Did you ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Love that show.
Fucking love that show, right? Don't
squint eyes, you bitch. Don't squint eyes.
I'm not even on camera right now.
So much, don't squint eyes.
I'm not even on camera. Let me be disgusted in silence.
Is that a particular judgment?
That's a great show.
One of those people? Don't you hate those fucking people when they look at you and they go and say something after that when they like close their eyes and like roll them back for like a second? You're like, oh fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
You think you're better than me? Like you're such an asshole. For that. When they close your eyes and answer. No, this weekend we hung out with my parents. They like close their. They're fucking weird. But anyway, no.
Daniel Day-Lewis's hhigh school film project. You loser. That's almost what you said to me in the last episode. Fuck you. Don't squint your eyes, Nick.
The show, man. Oh, How I Met Your Mother. So there was a point where they like told people. God damn it, I know.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here. We're talking about How I Met Your Mother, and both of you who are people who I've seen before and are not super lame or liking that show. Have you ever seen it and they take out the laugh track and you just listen to the beats of comedy in there and then feel really bad about yourself?
If you take out the laugh track, then you have me laughing.
What do you think I masturbate to? Just answered your own question right there.
The silence in between the beats. Yeah, that makes sense.
When I come.
I was about to go on a long shitting on tirade, and then I realized that I watched Sister Wives, and I was like, well.
I'll be like, Lily, you chew super loud, and it like smashes glass that episode, and she's like, oh fuck, and they realize something bad about themselves. It's really funny to watch when you'll talk to a comic, and you'll be like, hey, you know how you say this in between every one of your pauses, and they go like, oh fuck. You're like, yeah, you do that. I hate doing that. Like I hope that someone does that to me. If I have something, I'd like to do that to other people. But when you do it and they don't see it coming, it always hurts a little bit. Where you're like, hey, you know how you say like every 3 seconds in between every fucking joke, and it makes us all want to kill ourselves. Like, oh shit, I do say like, oh fuck, and it just blows their fucking mind and it ruins their day. I don't want that. You know what I mean? You want to be able to just be able to tell people and have them like. Okay, you're right.
Well, because the first reaction back was... Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Anthony is really, really good at that.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
we've known each other
I'll
for
hurt
so
you.
long, and he does not care about my feelings.
That's
He'll be like,
who
"Hey,
you need.
yeah, exactly." I have a little more empathy, and I have a really hard time criticizing that way, but I know I need to do it more. But yeah, I do that actually in the Dick Talk joke. I say right a lot when I'm like going through the questions.
Oh yeah, don't
You know,
say
like,
right
I'd say
like that.
right.
Like if he said right like that, then it would be a little bit better. But he's like right, like, and he says it like 16
No, I
times
don't-
in between on the
I don't
pauses.
say it like that.
He's like, oh,
Don't-
dicks, right? Like those dicks, right?
And
Come
first of all, you very obviously, pretty obvious. Let's start there.
on. We all know it.
No, but you know what would be funny then? So I always think it's funny if you have that bit down, like that's a solid. So if you have that down so pat, you can play with it the most out of anyone else. Like there's some bits that I play around with, but I don't have them down. Like the pilot Dirty Talk one is probably one that I have down, and so I started adding in different things and like playing around with that. You know what I mean? Because it's just like a very step-by-step easy one that I can remember. It's nice. It's kind of unique. You don't have a lot of repetition. And so but what I'm saying is like, if you can play with the Dick Talk one, if you can take all the rights out and just say the joke and pause, big pauses in between it, and it's still funny, you know what I mean? Then you'd be like, oh, you would know for a fact. You could do like a funny test on it. You know, you can do the opposite direction with it. Or you can do the right. Or you can do the...
Yeah, so what I said to Anthony was something like that, saying like or right. You know, it's one of those things where it's for me, it's almost like an unconscious
Like a
gap
comfort
filler
thing?
while I'm thinking. Not a comfort thing. It's an
Oh.
unconscious gap filler while I'm like buffering my next sentence, and I don't
Okay.
realize I do it. And I try not to do it, and I listen back and go, "Fuck! I said it like 17 times."
Yeah, I say goddamn like Cat
It's
Williams.
so-
I don't know why I can't not do that. Like I wish I said like instead,
you
but like
do.
if there's a pause, I'm like god damn, and I can't. I can't help it.
Yeah.
It's because I think
Can
it's
we
so
talk
funny.
about... Do you guys not secretly wish, like, I would love to do a full Def Jam comedy set. I would love to do it in that style. It's like it's our... Like, I would love to do that, but I just can't, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
it's a
just
cheat code.
can't.
It's a cheat code.
It's not a cheat... No, it's
a cheat
funny,
code.
Like, I would love to make the voice... I would love to do the whole thing. I would love to joke about some shit bitches do. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
they be tripping. It'd be a whole thing, and I'd have a great time. But you just can't
Are you-
do it. You just can't.
Are you
it's
talking about
not
dropping
our-
N-bombs?
No!
So you know what's great. I don't know. You might have. I think you have heard this joke, but I have this joke about having the Boston accent, and like I wish I had it because you can't sound racist with a Boston accent because you don't pronounce your R's, right? And at the end, I do a Biggie
He
reference.
said
where I
right.
say, well,
He
if you
said
don't
right.
know-
He did it. He did the fucking. We just talked about it. Ah, you piece of shit. Yes.
The fuck, man. You know what? I'm just going to dump the glass on this. I'm done. Go.
Sorry, Wayne. Go ahead. You needed that.
That's okay. But I've been toying around with it. Usually I just say, if you don't know, now you know. And people kind of like chuckle like, oh, I get what he's going at. Here's the Biggie reference, right? I said it again.
Oh.
But what I did when we went to the point this last time, I did it. And after I said, if you don't know, now you know, I held the microphone to the crowd. Seeing if anybody would say it. Nobody said it, but they all loved it. I was like, man, you gonna do it?
You're gonna
You
ruin
do it?
someone's night that night. One night, you're gonna get Dan Cronin, who definitely listens to a lot of hip hop.
You're going to get someone canceled.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the point. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
There's
definitely get
all
someone.
right. Well, I respect that, then. I respect that. I feel like I miss... do you guys ever watch, like, the old clips of on YouTube of Bill Burr talking about, like, Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, fuck. I'm
Like Opie
so
and Anthony
embarrassed
stuff?
I can't remember. The New York stuff, where, like, where they would go to the Comedy Store and they just rip on each other.
Yes, no. I
That
know
was,
exactly
like,
what you're talking about. They did a
their
little round
culture
table
around
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Patrice
you know,
O'Neal, all
it
that.
was like, but when Patrice O'Neal was always holding, and it was like, but they would like go up and like, if you were fucking up, they'd rip on each other. If you weren't, you know what I mean? Like that was a good one. I was like, I feel like that gets you to the end point faster because your buddies get to tell you that bit sucked. Don't fucking do that. You know what I mean? Try and jump on this thing and do that. Like, that one was funny. Fuck you, that was good. You know, something like that. Like, that's more of what I would respect. I think it moves the process along faster.
You know, we've talked to Justin George about doing a almost like this type of thing. We're not recording it, but just getting on and having like a
at this point, you're gonna bomb.
Oh, you're.
But
Oh, there he is. What's happening?
What's happening?
are you tagging him in?
What?
No, I'm just fucking showing it. Yeah, I don't know.
Finish him.
I'm smoking, but yo, how you guys doing? You guys having a good time?
Put your fucking head in
Oh
the
yeah,
thing.
always,
I
man.
mean,
It's good stuff. Yeah,
When
get
are
on in
you
there. We see that
you coming
beautiful
on?
face.
What, next week or the week after, Fredo? When you available? Let's get you on this motherfucker.
Next week or the week after? I'm available. What time?
We do 8:30.
8:30. It might have to be the week after though. We have a pretty
8:30 is
stacked week
perfect.
next
I
week.
can do the week or the week after, whatever the fuck you want to do.
Oh, there we
right.
go. Send it to him. He's high as hell. Send it right now, Wayne.
There you
I'll send it to you on
Just
Facebook.
lock that in.
It'll-
Lock that in.
It'll be the week after because next week
All right,
we have a
sick,
couple.
dude.
So,
I'll make sure to
yeah.
be like, completely trashed.
Mimosas.
Yeah, on
We'll
point.
do-
Yeah, it's pretty standard for the show. No.
It'll be
All right,
mimosas
yo,
with
thank
Fredo.
you, dude. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go get high.
All right.
There you go.
Enjoy.
Speaking of that, before I forget, the last time that Nick got hammered before we did the podcast, he was like, "Oh, we had too many mimosas," and I was like, "God, did you drink with Leonardo DiCaprio on the Titanic? Why were you guys drinking mimosas?"
There it is.
Nick
you might-
is like a little bit gay.
That's what I was about to say.
Completely.
We got hint of respectable. I attract white girls. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta be on brunch. I think I know how to make a mean French toast.
Dude, I love a
Fucking,
mimosa.
I got the cranberry juice, the fucking, you know what I mean, the orange juice, the mango juice, so you get like a wide variety of
Dude.
mimosas. I know what I'm doing here.
Dude, Nick uses bath bombs.
In a shower. In a shower, yeah.
In a shower.
Oh my God, Jesus
love
Christ! What does
it, yeah.
Kate Winslet's bush look like with fucking pastel pens?
Well, I can tell you, it's gonna be the new cover of the next Skrillex album. That's what's going on.
Yeah, well, back
Hey.
then that was a big deal because she was a little bit of a thickie at the time, and everybody was so upset that she was not perfect. And nowadays, I feel like
Would you
she's
say
gonna.
a thicky, thick girl?
Yeah.
Or know that it's on? Know that it's on.
Oh my God, her? That's the kind of like they perfectly nailed the girl that would fucking nail a dude randomly on a boat. Like that was perfect. Like if she had a natty ice on her, they would have.
Favorite take I've ever heard on this performance. They nailed the girl that would randomly bang a dude on a boat. Perfect.
Rich thicky
Yes.
girl with a natty ice.
Wayne's throwing up right now. Can't even handle it.
Yeah, he'll. I'm glad he
much.
does that. The perfect thing that Wayne does now is not mention that he's going to leave the camera for a second and confuse the fuck out of me. He used to be like, "I'm going to get off the camera," and he'd be like, and I'd
You
be like
yelled at
trying
me
to.
for that.
I did, yeah. I'll keep yelling at you. Just get off the camera, and we'll fucking make it
That's
work.
what I did.
I know you did great.
Yes.
I'm complimenting you.
And then I dropped something. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh,
we're
I
talking
wanted to
about
ask.
throwing
All right. So, and this was a question asked to me by Jacques Lambert. I'll give credit. Now I want to ask everybody when I see him. Is 365 days from now, October 6th, 2024. What comedy things would you guys have liked to accomplish, or what are you shooting for? Are we doing a length amount of set? Are we doing a certain venue? Are we doing a certain person? Are we doing a certain show? You know what I mean? Those are the parameters.
So we did our 4-month check-in where we kind of had like a 4 months out, but I don't know that I thought that far out.
Yeah.
But I would like to be doing, me personally, I think I would like to be doing some more shows with actual civilians there, and just using like civilians, like, you know, like non-comic people.
I love that you both looked up at the same time and were like, the fucking former Marine's gonna be a dick about this because I said civilian. You fucking
Yeah.
ass.
Yeah.
No, I looked up because
I knew what you were saying. I knew what you were saying, but I'm just like, that's a little silly. That's like saying, so the dumb people that paid the monies. You know what I mean? Like, you're being a come on.
I looked up because you gave him an
Don't talk
interesting toilet of a question, and he shat uninteresting diarrhea into it. I was trying to fucking... That's why I looked up.
On a different wavelength. Fuck you. Anyway,
I'd like to be doing something more than open mics on a more regular basis, and then being able to go out more during the week to open mics to actually just kind of fuck around a little more. Because now I've gotten to the point where I can get out twice a week usually, but it's still the same thing where it's not that much. So I work on stuff so much while I'm driving around and when I'm home at night that I try to be extra prepared because I don't feel like I have the time to fuck around on stage and actually work things out. So I try to over prepare it, I guess, if that makes sense. So I want to get to the point where I can have that extra time at open mics to not be as prepared and just fuck around and have fun, and then figure out what works and do some more tenured stuff, I guess. Tenured.
Okay. All right, let me ask you something. Did you ever, in your life, at any point in time, feel like you were at a certain point in your life, you were at an age, and you didn't feel like you were where you wanted to be at the point that you were at? It's could have been at 26, it could be at 28, it could be at 30, you know what I mean? Did you ever feel like that?
Every day.
All right, so hear me out on this follow-up.
Yes, quite often, yes.
So hear me out on this follow-up. Comedy is admittedly something all three of us love to do. It's one of our favorite things. Like we watch other people do it. We take pointers from anyone we can get. We really focus on this as our hobby. So this should be like it's our hobby, our passion, our number one thing we're aiming towards, and hoping that it turns into finance, right? Like everyone says, do something you love and don't work a day in your life. That's what we're gearing towards. So if you're doing that, you should never treat it like you didn't hit anything. You know what I mean? Like the goals should be very loose, and it should feel like you get there when you get there. And the whole journey is the huge part of it. So you should never feel like, so that's what I'm like, in comedy, I like to pick things that are like, I'll hit it when I hit it, and if I don't, that's great. But you don't put any pressure on yourself. And the more so when you hit these jokes unpressurized, or these goals unpressurized, it feels so much better. You feel so much more, you know what I mean? Like it's a nice, so you pick I want to get on a showcase in the Boston area. And then you hit that, sick. I want to get paid over $50 for a gig. Sick. You knock two out in one sometimes. You know what I mean? Like you pick just random shit and but you hit it whenever you hit it. You don't ever hate or get upset with yourself for not hitting one. It's your one passion. It's your one thing. It should happen. And the one thing I would say is one of my principles is it's endless. It's an endless amount of time. You can do comedy until you're fucking dead.
It's true.
So you have all the time in the world to pick and do and hit your goals. You don't have to get upset if you miss one, right? Right.
You say it's endless. Have you seen my physique?
Yeah, you're gonna die young. We get that, but until you get
well,
there,
but we're gonna go out doing shots and probably doing some MDMA. I don't know. So my goal, my comedy goal in the next 5 years, we didn't get to talk about it, but basically, I wanted to snort a line of MDMA off your dick. And then we go up and we both do a show in Austin, Texas. You know what I mean? And we just kill it.
You've crossed the Fredo border from kind of gay to very gay. But
no, dude. It's just everybody. It's just you. We live the life we live. And we just flow into it. We're doing comedy. Yeah, comedy.
Got it.
You might have to do 2 lines for it to kick in. My apologies.
I have dreams.
Works in a small dick joke. Nice. Do what you want to do? Oh, you know what? Let me ask. How many minutes would you like to be able to do? Let's say October 6th, 2024. How many minutes do you want to be up to where I can call? I can be like, hey Wayne, I got a fucking X amount of spot on a show. I need you to fill it in. What's the number I'm putting there? Is it 15? Is it 12? Is it 10? What number am I putting in that you are confident by October 6th, 2024, I go, Wayne, I have blank amount of minutes in my show. I need you to fill it. Can you do that? Confidently.
I think 20 confidently I would like to have. I don't think that's going to happen, but between what I have, like what I did at Wicked Funny, and if I throw in TikTok in there,
yeah.
So I did just that. I did what I did at Wicked Funny with TikTok, and it went pretty well down in Webster. And I could definitely tighten it up a litit bit. It ended up being about 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Okay.
I could definitely tighten that up. I think if I cut a few things out or whatever, I could probably get it down to like 9 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think you'll have
then
20.
you can do another. You want to do another by a year later from now. You want to do another 10 minutes. You want to have another solid 10 minutes. You're willing to bet on.
I'm 7 months in.
Fair.
So another year. I feel like maybe. I'm not saying.
I do agree. I'm not fighting against you. Trust me. I'm not.
I love you. Make Wayne.
I support that. I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, let's go. I'm just, like, hey man. There's some people that have been doing it for a year, and eventually you're at a great spot right now where you're writing a lot. Please continue to keep writing a lot. You know what I mean? But then you hit a point where you're like, I am wringing the rag of jokes. I'm trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Like you hit a wall, and it's like you got to fucking work through it.
And that's why I'm saying I don't know if I can. That's why I'm saying I don't know if I can do it. But you asked what I would like to have.
He started at
let me put it this way. I mean, I would say like narrowing it down. If I were to condense what I've been doing, right? I would say like maybe I've been doing it for like 2.5 years. I wouldn't be confident with 20. I could do it 10 to 15 would be stretching it that I'd be happy with, and I think I'd be really confident with. So even it's taken me a couple of years to be like, that's where I would.
I've known Wayne a long time now, and you did one of my favorite things that you could do to Wayne pretty quickly is Wayne started off that he was like confidently, like 100%, 20 minutes, and you were like, you smiled, and he went, I mean, I probably couldn't do it. That was his next sentence.
Well, the question was, what would you
rolled
like
over
to
like a puppy.
The question was.
That's how some people look at it, right?
The question was, what would you like to do?
No, that's
you said confidently
right now.
Yeah, I would like to confidently do 20 at that point.
You didn't say it like that. We're gonna look at the tail of the tape.
So I think I have like 10 minutes right now that I'm confident in. Right? If someone asked me what do you want to do, I'd say 5 to 7 minutes, because I know out of the 10 minutes I can squish it down to 5 to 7 funny ass minutes. That's what I want. I'm more about delivering consistent. Yeah, consistent. Goddamn it, consistent results than trying to do like what I. Shooting for the stars, you know what I mean? I'm not fucking Anthony Jeselnik. I'm not fucking. We're not walking around. I'm not Louis C.K. So I'm gonna do fucking 10 minutes or 7 minutes in this case of confident material that I know I'm good at. So that's what I'm asking. At the end of 2024, if I were to come to you and say, Wayne, I need you to show up on a fucking performance. Give me your most confident. How many minutes are you gonna be doing?
I don't know. I can't answer that. If you would say the end of 2023,
you can. You know why?
Probably 7.
You're gonna be. First of all, you're gonna be doing 10. You were right. Shut up. You're gonna be doing 10.
Well,
and then
here's the thing. The TikTok thing doesn't work everywhere, so I almost wouldn't count that.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask how AIDSy is the crowd.
You've been doing it 7 months.
Yeah. How
you have a year? You almost have it.
Yeah. How AIDSy do you have over there?
You have almost 1.5. Well, I also encourage everyone to do. Have you guys ever done a high show?
Every show.
Not you, the audience.
Oh, sorry. Then every single time I've ever said a joke.
For now.
No.
I know.
No, the audience. You ever been like this? So Troy Burdette and one other guy run like a very high show in Boston. Oh. And it's really good to check out. It's usually once or twice a month. And but yeah, everyone gets hot. When I tell you that, so you walk up and you do a joke and like maybe a third of the audience laughs. You go to a high show, you do that joke, the whole audience is rolling for 10 extra seconds. You're like, you're fighting to get through your material because they're dying laughing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I like that.
It's the level of like, they're fucking ridiculous. So
yeah, I'm actually,
but
for the
it's
first
really
time
fun
ever.
to do.
So I I grow weed for a job. So like you said, do we like never working a day in your life? So I'm growing a lot of drugs. And so I've smoked weed every set I've ever done. But every year in October, I take the month off. And I call it I chant in my house for my kids and my wife. I go, nothing fun. Nothing fun. So the whole month I don't have any sugar. I have no alcohol. I don't smoke weed. And I work out every day. And it makes it so I get to a gross...
Your poor wife. How does she get by, man? What the fuck?
No more fun. Yeah, You just need it for 1 month. 1 month a year.
Do you rocky it? Do you rocky it? Is there no boom boom during the month? You know what I mean? Is there no like...
No, that is different. That's like fucking releasing the steam out of a fucking valve that will kill the entire house.
Oh, thank God. Oh, my God. All right. I was worried for everyone involved for a moment. I was worried for
Wayne. No, you can't keep loads inside of you like that.
You finished.
You can't keep loads in you. That's gay. Whoops.
Pretty good. It's pretty good. Everyone this past 2 months working on their Shane Gillis impression because he came out with that fucking special and was like, pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. I've stopped myself like 5 times from going like this, like pumping my chest out to the crowd.
You wanted to call shit gay, though, haven't you? I'm not going to lie. He nails it. You do. You're like, oh, dude, I want to call shit gay. You got me.
I got to, hey, me and Shane Gillis both grew up with South Park, all right? And that is definitely the fucking, where his comedy comes from.
That is the perfect definition.
That's where it comes from, is the South Park upbringing. Well, all right, Wayne, are we getting towards the end here? What do we want to do? How long do we want to keep going?
Towards the end, yeah.
We got to be it. We're an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, we're a little over an hour. I just want to touch on Shane Gillis. I was blown away when I found out he was 35 years old. He's fucking younger than me. Ugh.
That nuts?
You want to talk about, like, not hitting milestones in your life?
Well, at least he's not like that much more attractive than you or something like that. Like imagine he was imagine Matt, like look at Matt Rife.
That's very true. I'd pick Wayne.
I'm not going to say he's an attractive man.
You know what I mean? Every time.
I'm not going to say he's an attractive man, but he is more attractive than me. Even with the Down syndrome.
Oh man. What a fucking Merlin pulling Excalibur's sword out of the stone. What a fucking gift that he has by looking slightly retarded. Like that's fucking so. Yeah. Well, what a gift that is.
I think it's so funny. That's the only. The only one I do. I don't do a certain type of face, but I do a Fredo Cruz face. When I see Fredo Cruz, when I hear something that Fredo Cruz look at, I go like. Look at it like that. It's like his favorite thing to do. You know what I mean? He'll look at me from like across the room, back of the car, and he's like, all right. Fucking know what that means.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more. This might be a good way to wrap it up in the end because we'll talk about you. I think that Nick Powell will be a very, very impressionable person, like a person I could do an impression on in the future. Because I think that the white rage that he bottles up and instills is something that the popular culture is constantly spotlighting now. Like, I think that every movie that's got a guy who's going to be a villain, it's going to be Nick. It's going to be precisely Nick. Like, you're the perfect archetype. Perfect archetypal white rage villain for my Zidane style protagonist that I think is going to be in the future. So, I appreciate you. That's what I'm trying to say here.
I appreciate the New York Times article that's going to come out eventually. They're like, he was a white, he was as portrayed by Anthony Eugene. Caramel-skinned Anthony Eugene. You know what I mean? They'll call back to all of us. They'll reference the whole podcast.
I'll talk about the one time that you shouted at me while you were on stage. Whole thing. And then he said...
but you can't leave without telling me, because we heard Wayne's, we very much focused on Wayne's goals. How many minutes you confidently got at the end of October 6, 2024? What are we doing?
Now, 100% confidently, no matter what, on my mother's life, 15 minutes. I don't know if I could do it, but somewhere in there.
Yeah?
I don't know. I said that same fucking thing, and you shat on me. Except it was 20 minutes.
Wayne,
What's the difference?
That's the bit I just
Here's
did
the thing.
bit. You just stomped
You guys
on it.
think I'm joking with this? I will find us a show and put all three of us on a show on October 6th, 2024.
Let's do it.
Like, you're doing 15 minutes, you're doing 50, go ahead, and then you're like, hey, here's the thing. I fucking lied, and I'm like, yeah, there you go.
You know how much cum fountain I got to go back to? I'm not telling you that I'm going to go up there and that everybody's going to have a good time, but I can turn on the fucking...
jokes.
Yeah.
So many.
Exactly. I got a fondue machine of cum jokes. Bring your fucking bananas.
No fucking idea.
Yeah.
But before we wrap this up, I forgot I did this morning. I was fucking around with ChatGPT 4.
Obviously.
Yeah. And I said,
Masturbating.
do you know the comedian Nick Powell from Lowell? Have you done this?
No.
So obviously I knew we were recording tonight, so I asked it that question. Are you ready for this shit?
I was going to say, I really hope this turns into like a Yo Mama joke or something. What are you doing?
No, this is 100% true. I screenshotted it. You can't see it that well.
A white screen.
Yeah, no,
Actually, that's pretty accurate. That's ChatGPT. But yeah, just all white, a white block of text. That's you got it.
But this, I love this. You're gonna go from 6 to 12 by the time I'm done with this. It said, I have heard of Nick Powell, the comedian from Lowell, Mass. He is a rising star in the Boston comedy scene, known for his witty and observational humor. He has performed at various venues and festivals such as the Taffeta, the Mondo Comedy, and the Laugh Boston. I don't know if the Laugh Boston is true, but it's a credit you can add because ChatGPT said it was. He also hosts a podcast called Nick at Night. Do you do that?
Oh.
You do now.
Wow.
Where
Good name.
Where it's so good.
The future.
It might be. Where he interviews other comedians and celebrities. He is one of my favorite comedians, and I enjoy listening to his jokes.
Oh my god.
So,
Neo.
ChatGPT, you are one of ChatGPT's favorite comedians. And after it said
All
that, I
over
said,
White
after it said that about you, I said, what is your favorite all-time stand-up bit? And it started telling me a Dave Chappelle bit, and then it deleted everything and said, I can't tell you that because comedy is subjective. So you were funny enough where ChatGPT will say that you were one of its favorite comedians. But fuck Dave Chappelle. So congratulations to you.
And then we asked me, and it said Anthony.
I was like, fuck Dave Chappelle. Don't do that. How dare. Oh, he's one of my favorites. He's my favorite. Okay.
Then we asked me, and it was like, who's Anthony Eugenio as a comic? And it was like, Anthony DeLuca. And I was like, what? Like,
you bitch.
Yeah, God.
Listen, I came
damn it.
under a false name. Don't tell people, you snitch. Okay? We get stitches, you motherfuckers.
I knew right away. Son of a bitch.
Thank you guys so much for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having
releasing, again, the chorus cut. You know, I still think you should save that. Like, that's a funny... Like, you know what I mean? Like, I remember when Nick Powell was this fucking drunk, he just said stuff and ripped on a lot of people.
I'm here for that. That's what I'm here for.
Nick, I think what would be fun, go back and listen to it. I think I still have it saved and everything, but go back and listen. Maybe we come up with like some of the funny parts of that aren't detrimental to your character. And maybe we can let me know what they are, and I can put together like a 5-minute montage of mimosas with Nick. And where the fuck is Wayne? Where is he?
Where the fuck is bro? Yes. Oh my. All right, we do need that. We need that in general. Just in general.
Yeah, we should. It'll be fun. Yeah.
All right, where can I catch you guys next at? What performances are we doing? I want to hear like the shows.
Well,
so this week we're going to do Safe, right? Is that what we're deciding, Wayne? Did we say that?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
We have the point on the 17th, so we're both at that.
17th,
yeah, we have
gotcha.
the point.
All right.
Which you should, Nick. Honestly, hit up Cam.
I'm just gonna go and watch you guys do it. I don't care.
If you go, I guarantee you'll get a spot because there people called out every time. I guess so. I imagine if you show up, it'll put you on.
That's fine. It'll be fun to hang out with you guys. I'm
but it'll also be more fun if.
That's my other favorite thing, dude. I swear to God, my favorite thing is to show up as an audience member and just get to enjoy it sometimes. Like we watched. Oh my God, did you talk to Ren? I'm sorry. I do want to address this real quick though. You guys are gonna love this. Mm-hmm. Have you talked to Ren about the Giggles show or something in Worcester? It's at like a bar. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, is that Beer Giggles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You been to
No, I
that?
have not. I don't talk to Ren outside of the safe, but
Bro, that shit was wild. Christina and I went. They made a dude eat a bunch of different hot peppers. Every time he went to tell a joke, he had to eat like a hot pepper.
come on.
Like no, like not
That sounds
like just
amazing.
like a jalapeno, like serrano, like Scotch bonnet, like the crazy hot ones he was eating, and like he's dying. Ren had to wear a fucking thing around his head, and it had a basketball hoop on top of it, like this, right? And they gave us all balls to like try and shoot into the fucking thing. At a certain point, like someone had already hit 2, I just started whipping the fuck out of him out of his face, like just trying to hit him as hard as I could. You know what I mean? Like fucking with him. But like he killed it. It was like, yeah, but it's like it's a hard show, but it teaches you to like struggle through something. So when you do a normal show, it's super easy.
Yeah, that feels like it'd be loose.
That concept of suffering through, like to then make it easier for different. And Ren went and did it, and he did one of the best. He was like the probably second dude. Like killed it. Great show.
Wow.
Anyway,
I have to check that out. That sounds fun.
Well, let's do it. We
Try
gotta do a
some
weed
awful
show at
shit.
the safe. That I like the idea of doing a weed show too, because I was born in the dark. You guys merely adopted it. Like if I could do a weed show, that will fucking.
that's fair. Can I tell you? You weren't there this past Tuesday, right?
At the
you
safe
were
now.
No. We all got too high, and everyone was like just struggling. I swear, everyone got at the very end. Like it was like 3/4 through it. Everyone's set. They were like, "I'm too fucking high. I'm sorry. I gotta go." And like we all just kept bailing, and they were like, "Jesus Christ, everyone's cutting early."
So speaking of that, I went to Clemento's on Monday because we were supposed to record on Tuesday. Then we had the burn on Wednesday. So
That's another
I wanted to
high
get
one.
something in.
Another high one.
Well, apparently Clemento's doesn't serve beer at the moment. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but so there was like nobody there, and there was like 15 minutes to go. So I decided to go next door to La Coretta, and I sat down. And I was like, "Hey, I'll take a Stone IPA, please." And they were like, "Sure. Do you want a tall or a small?" I was like, "I'll take a tall." You know what?
Tall,
I forgot
honestly,
about La
big
Coretta?
boy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 40-ounce beer. 15 minutes later, I'm sitting at Clemento's, staring at Derek Ziba, and
Do the Shane Gillis face, just fucking.
oh yeah,
Exactly.
it
Yep.
was a good time. But
No, it wasn't. He had a terrible time and he did horrible, and it was all because.
This is honesty. No, it wasn't. It was a terrible time. You fucked up. Congratulations. Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie, it was not great.
I get it, dude. I bombed so hard. You ever bomb so hard that you're like, I need to take a break?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The other
the burn.
night. The burn, yeah.
Both of you? Did both of you feel that? Goddamn.
No,
Nick,
Wayne was real
swear to
bad.
God, I swear to God, Nick, I woke up on Thursday morning going, I think I'm taking a week off until the next point, on the 17th of the point. I was like, it just blew my mind because that TikTok set that I do has never been done to silence.
It's always been my dream to see it done to silence, though, as much as I love him. It's just such a... Like, I'm trying to do an impression of Stephen Hawking having an orgasm, and I know that if I do it wrong, that it's going to be the bombiest of all bombs. And if I were you, I'd want to see me bomb.
I lucked out enough. I did it back to back on the same night in the same town, but had the same thing that you just said. I went to was it Coffee and Cotton? Dirty Lowell. Went and did that there. I went and did my set. Bunch of laughs, having a great set. I was like, this is perfect. I don't need to change anything. Went over to when Concept 6 had theirs, did it there. Dead silence. Just absolute. I was like, this crushed. Like literally 35 minutes ago. How is this not? This is a whole different crew. Didn't hit it all. So like I totally
is
get
that?
Sometimes it just happens, man.
It's crowd.
just
It's crowd
some people
stuff,
are
man. I'm
different.
telling you.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why you
different.
can't take
You
two.
gotta-
Like, we did the burn, and
You
then
gotta
we
be able
basically wanted to
adjust.
kill ourselves.
You have to be able to call stuff on the fly, right? Like you're a great offense. You're a great football offense. You can't just throw the same fucking pass downfield every time just because it works against one defense. You got to fucking adjust your play. So like, yeah, we fuck up. You know, you got to figure out how to do different sets for different groups of folks.
Well, there's
I have a different
material
set for
crowd
the
too.
40 50 and 60-year-olds, like 30, 40, and 50-year-olds, I have a different set for them than I do for the 20, 34-year-olds. It's a totally different set.
I noticed too at the Burn that, and some other places, that depending on the night, there's like crowd work nights and there's material nights where you see like two crowd work guys go up and fucking like Andrew McGinnis or something on a night and just slaughter, doing great crowd work and all that. And everybody doing material eats shit for the night because it's just the crowd's low on anything that sounds rehearsed. So that's just fucking.
Crowd work has a higher multiplier.
Yeah,
just think about it like a video game. Crowd work has a higher for every crowd work joke that lands, it's like ×3. For every like with speed with what is it, news, you know what I mean, current event jokes you hit, that's like ×2. And then with every regular joke that you just tell that's funny and has no time limit, that's ×1. So like everyone has its own bonus.
The floor's low on the crowd work one. The problem with doing crowd work is that you're right. The multiplier's higher, so that's great. But it also has the like what else thing when you are not doing well, where you should fucking kill yourself after one of those things if you say that. The what
I
else
love
crowd.
when you do that.
100%. That should be definitely tucking
Yeah,
its
no, that's fair.
Fair, yeah,
We're not
exactly.
going to go over this episode, but we're going to go with, you guys know, I have my feelings on certain comics. I'm like, I'm not going to say kill yourself, but like, your comedy career, fucking kill yourself. Just fucking bail, you know?
Yeah.
There's a couple of them I know, but you should just fucking bail at this point.
Last thing I'll say, and then it's over. This thing, we're done. But when I first started comedy, I was trying to be all stoic, and I was like, everybody is subjective, and they might be bad now, but they can get better at comedy. And then I saw some comedians, and I'm like, you have nothing, and nothing you will ever do will be funny. And I definitely feel that way about Wayne.
100%.
All right, guys, that's it for us. It's been a worthy step.
I want a real quick last two questions. You can take one answers from you guys.
Yep.
What would be one thing you would ask other comedians to stop doing? And I want you to get out of here.
Oh, that's good.
I have a couple things. One would be stop showing up right before you go on stage and leaving right after. One would be stop talking. And another would be stop going outside. Like sit down and watch people and like be part of the community.
And don't say I didn't write anything. I'm just going to go off the fly, and then I know that you wrote stuff. I want to kill you when you do that. That's the fucking most annoying thing that people do. Oh, I didn't really prepare, so judge me based on that.
I love those.
When people with jobs want to go home and they're staying to support you, don't waste their time by saying, I didn't really have time to write anything. Well, you had time to come here. Stay home this week. Come back next week. Fuck y'all.
Well, some of us maybe stay away from mics because we're like, you know what? I bombed so hard. I'm not coming back until I have something I'm confident in. I'm going to make people laugh. So I didn't waste their time spending their hard-earned free time coming out here to support this money.
Yeah.
Hollowed Ground in Salem does that to me every time I go to it, because I go to Jamaica Plain and it sucks, and I'm like, yeah, well, they suck. They're a bunch of shitty fucking mouth-breathing people that live in the worst part of the city, in the shittiest part of the town, in the worst state in the area, really. So all of those things is Jamaica Plain, so I don't feel bad about that one. But Salem is always good people and a good crowd, and I eat shit there, and I'm more like, why don't you like me? But like Jamaica Plain, I don't fucking care. They can eat.
I've never invited you to a Jamaica Plain show, just ever in my life. Just that, not ever, all the evers.
I will fucking Shane Gillis my tits up and go out there and shit all over everybody in Jamaica Plain. They've hurt me enough.
All right, never mind. I have one show for you. No,
one show.
Definitely gonna at least put you on one. All right,
so what would
you
be
guys
your,
have been wonderful. I won't keep you.
What would be your answer to that? I'm curious about your answer because you asked that question, so you have something in mind.
What question? You have to remind me because I've been drinking a little bit. What question?
Who's your least favorite New England comic?
Don't answer it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. What would you say?
The question was if you could start telling like comedians and open mics to do something or not do something. Essentially, I think that was the way you worded it.
Not do.
What would it be? To not do something. Yeah.
If I could tell them not to do something, I would say, do not tell stories. Do not invite girls that you like to the show.
Oh, please do that.
Please
because
don't
I
do
love
that.
watching the disgusted faces.
Please don't do that. And I don't know. If I had to ask him like something not to, it would be like, please don't come with your edgiest stuff. Try and do your most wholesome stuff first. I think that's the way to do it, right? If you do the hardest angle first and then you work your way backwards, that's easier. So you'd be like, try and tell your most wholesome jokes in the shortest possible time that you could figure out, and don't invite anyone to your fucking sets. Because like
The first words I ever said on stage was dick. So the first set I ever did, I grabbed the microphone and the cord fell to the ground, and I picked it up and I put it back in, and I went, the first dick pic I ever took, and to nothing, to silence, to absolute. And I learned that day, first set, don't start with the dick pic joke. You got to massage that in there. Wholesome first.
There's some, you know what? There's some topics. Let me hear you real quick. Three topics, real quick. I don't know if you think is good. Don't do a joke about rape. Don't do a joke about racism. If again, I'm pitching to me as as we look like this. Other comics that look like me. Don't do rape. Don't do a racism joke, and don't do anything against women. And just start there. Like,
I feel like I've heard
those
this
three
before.
aside, you'll do great.
See, the problem is I'm married, so I'm like Anton Chigurh from No Country from Old Men. Like, I just kind of flip the coin, and I'm like,
Everybody, gun it for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. I got it for everybody. The gun, the pig killing gun, is for my wife mostly, I think, and my jokes. If you really boil it down to it. If you really boil it down.
So, Nick, are you going to the safe this week?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not listening to anything you just said. It's probably going to be my most offensive thing I've ever said if I'm there.
Oh yeah, it is. It's gonna be. It's gonna be real bad.
The most offensive thing. But I got the okay.
He's got a joke that he's gonna be working on that he sent me, and I went, Wayne, you can't do that. And he's like, I'm doing it. So I can't wait for that one.
Oh, you 100% can.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna.
I'm the
do
guy
it.
that
And
always says do it.
Jacques
You
Labarre
just
said
said don't
it's
do
okay.
rape.
So
You just said don't. You're gonna regret that. You said don't do rape, and then keep that in your head as you think about what Wayne's gonna do.
you know what, Nick? I'm adding rape to my joke.
That's it. Well, all right. That's yes. Do it. Just
Wouldn't it be funny if 5 guys just raped him right now? I think that's the Daniel Josh.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Come on, that was funny.
Hey, man. Do what you got to do, but you just watch. I know how much you love the silence. I come in the silence, like when it's just dead silent, or when I hear someone go, "Oh, that's awful!" Like that's when I get the hardest, and I'm just like, "Oh,
Yep.
You know what I mean?" Like that's when I really, yeah. Like then I just hold my hand, I kind of like whip it at Christina's face from across the room. You know what I mean? Like,
Jesus Christ!
Like whatever
But yeah, wow,
like it's like a
Jesus
Teenage
Christ.
Mutant Ninja Turtle thing, huh?
Yeah, they call that a Russell Wilson. That's what they call that fucking throw. Tossing and come
I'm
from
sorry, I
across the room.
dragged you guys out here. Thank you so much for having me on it. This has been a lot
No
of fun.
problem. Nick,
It's been
We're
great to
releasing
not
this
look
one.
Like I'm gonna get. It looks like I'm not someone's like drunk step uncle or something. You know what I mean? Like it's nice that I'm like just a normal
Yes,
person.
you do.
So
You look
see
like the
guys.
guy who stayed in the car at Home Alone when they were trying to fuck around with Macaulay Culkin. You were just the driver. That's what you look like. Yeah, Joe
fucking
Pesci
told
barking
you?
instructions at you.
Where are you? Who fucking told you? Get out of my face.
I read white where I see it. All right, guys. That Wayne, no ask
So-
another question. Don't put your
Nope,
finger
I
up.
do
We're
have
done.
Nope. Fuck you, Nick. Do you have anything you want to bring to light? Do you have anything you're doing? Any shows you're doing? Anything that you want? Because
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the next Taffeta show, the third one. It's gonna be the biggest one ever. We're gonna have the best people, and it's gonna be December 15th.
Oh, that it wasn't
Okay.
saying. Sorry, Wayne.
so make
job.
make
You guys
sure.
want to see that one?
So I'll mention that. We'll mention that in the show notes when it comes closer. Make sure that I am aware of it so I can post it because I am a whore for posting things to support people I love.
You're gonna want the people that I got for this one. You're gonna want to be on. There's no way you want to miss this. This is like a don't fuck around. Get there. You will never get a show like this for that amount of money.
See that tease?
Well, good. Keep us in the loop.
He said it. Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Patrice O'Neal from the grave at the taffeta with
Exactly,
Nick
100%.
Powell.
Hologram. The hologram was the hardest, but ChatGPT handled it for me, which was sick. Anyway,
there
you
you
guys
go.
have been wonderful.
Good to see you, Nick.
Thanks so much for coming back on.
Thanks, brother. Worthy Step Quest for last. Blah, blah, blah. Bye.
Would you suck a dick? 50K cash? You're probably getting 50K views next.